Hi everyone, Sergey is here. This is pre-course video for the accounting game course, and you also can use this video as a recap video to just remind you of what we were talking about during the course. I've prepared a spreadsheet with some career journeys which you can have if you choose an accounting profession. In that spreadsheet I listed usual levels of your position based on experience. That has some level of approximation from time to time, so it's not something fixed, and companies change their structures or their benefits, so it's just some approximate points which can help you to kind of measure yourself against and set your target, like career goals, and understand where you are currently. So in the first column I listed positions. In the second column I listed like an amount of people, a number of people which usually stay in those positions. Like usually half of the workforce is working on the pre-entry level positions and entry level positions. Pre-entry level is like an internship. Entry level is like a first, second, third year employees. Some people really stuck on these positions for many years, and so on. So usually in average we have like 50% of the accountants on the first two level, about a quarter go on the next level, like experience. It has some managerial functions. Then we have managers, senior managers, and C-level executives, which is kind of 1 or 2% of the population in the profession. And for the second column I kind of listed approximate years of experience. The first number is usually like like a fast track to get there. So on the experience, if you get in 2 years, after 2 years of experience, if you get on the experience level position, then it's kind of pretty good result. And 4 years for managerial position is also a very solid result. Maybe 5, 10, 20% of the people manage to do it that fast, and for others it takes more years. And the second number is kind of average result. So in average it takes like 6 years to get to experience level, 12 to managerial, and it can be faster or slower depending on whether you come to work to a corporation or to an accounting firm. In an accounting firm it's usually faster. So that's what I put. So if we come back a bit, I also added like some income numbers. Those are pretty approximate, because it depends on the area, like in the Bay Area or New York or Washington DC or Seattle. The numbers will be much higher than the average, and in some rural areas it can be lower than that, but that's pretty much plus minus 20% what you can expect to see. Like on the internship level, you will make like $15 an hour, which is 30K. On an entry level you can also make 30K, or if you go to like Big Four, some good corporation, and if you have a degree, you can get 50-60K, or in a couple of years after studying you can make 50-60K. And when you get to experience level, again, your mileage may vary, but it will be higher than entry level, and so on. The higher the level, the more the distribution of the income might be. So if you're a senior manager in some small local accounting firm in a low cost of living area, you can easily make $80,000. But if you're a senior manager with several years of experience in that position and you live in Bay Area, you can kind of get up to 200,000. And again, if some of you get to the C-level, executive level, it's like from six figures, from low six figures to seven figures, and you can usually CEO, there are surveys for CEO salary, but I believe it's too early to discuss it here. And for all of that, I also added columns for various career paths, which I will briefly describe you here. One of the first one will be like if you want to start a freelance or own bookkeeping company, you can pretty much do it with a low investment. Like you can do QuickBooks training courses, then you can search for clients and find some easier, like simple clients, and start from there. You will kind of accumulate some risks related to that activities. So you don't need the license to do that, to do a bookkeeping for your clients. But if something goes wrong, theoretically you can be sued for some damages, like if your client has problems, if he overpaid in taxes, or if he gets some penalties, it can impact you as a bookkeeper, even though taxes will be filed by CPA usually. You can, if you do something wrong, it can touch you. I haven't heard, so in my experience and in my network, I haven't heard about cases like that. But if you go to some bookkeeping groups on a Facebook, you might find some bookkeepers who know the situations when you can get sued for doing bad job as a bookkeeper, and in that line you just grow with time. Your cycle is usually like you acquire clients, you learn new stuff, like advisory services, you find higher ticket clients, you try to raise prices, and you get better clients, you raise prices, you learn new stuff, and cycle after cycle you get clients who pay you more, you learn new skills, you can offer more value to your clients, you charge higher prices, and you probably grow that way to like 6 figures. And at that point you probably need to hire entry-level bookkeepers to work under you. I don't think it's, if you just stay as a bookkeeper, that it's easily scalable, and at some point you will need to get a CPA and probably some education or MBA and other credentials to be able to impress your clients. But that's that's one of the chances, but I wouldn't say that it's the easiest, because you will need to make good money, you will need to work 40 hours per week in your business, like doing the actual work, because clients will pay you for actual work. And then you also need to work on your business, like finding new clients, building your marketing, like advertising, visiting events, networking, and that will add up for many hours. So I believe we have better alternatives here. A good place to start can be local bookkeeping if you don't have an education. You might get into it with some QuickBook courses, and if you have some, maybe if you start to get in some courses at the community college, then you have accounting firms, bigger accounting firms, Big Four, where I started, corporations. All of these will usually require you to have a bachelor's or master's degree, with Big Four being like the highest requirements when they usually want you to be like from reputable university and to be kind of top of your class, or have some extracurricular achievements. We will cover that in later lectures. And these three options usually have a few benefits, like it will provide you with a pretty good learning opportunities, on the job learning, with Big Four probably being the best on the job learnings, and accounting firm will be pretty good. Corporation may vary, your mileage may vary here, but Big Four will, on the negative side, Big Four will be pretty poor work-life balance, like 50, 60, 70-hour weeks, working from a lot of business travel, that kind of stuff. Corporation, if you come there early, your career will be much slower than in Big Four, and it will also be probably more boring. You will have less exposure to accounting issues, and the job there will be pretty routine, I would say. And if you just go to some big accounting firm, but not Big Four, you can get some better money and better work-life balance there, but again, it will be probably more boring than Big Four, and you will not get that Big Four badge. So if you don't get that Big Four badge, it will be harder for you to get a higher level position at the corporation, because Big Four brand is kind of recognized. It is kind of like if you go to top level university, Big Four is kind of an alternative or an addition, or it is in a similar way. Corporation will recognize your Big Four experience and value that and offer you more money and better position if compared to some other background. That's just the way it's working there, and it's probably because the entry requirements in the Big Four are pretty high. That's why other companies know that, and that they know that in average they can get kind of more motivated or more experienced people from Big Four compared to other firms. Thank you for your attention. That's all for that video. See you in the course. It starts pretty soon, October 16th. I am starting to update the schedule. You can find it in the drive. Thank you. Bye bye.